So this is Damon Tennant broadcasting live to you from our Ustream channel. 5 key GED math questions. I've been getting a lot of questions this week about fraction application page in the Get Your GED Now test preparation series workbook. And so I'm going to just do a couple of these questions now. I'll post this to YouTube, and then I'll also post it live to my webpage. Just a couple other notes. I'm going to be broadcasting live from here several times a week, letting you join in. I did not advertise this one in particular because I just wanted to get a couple questions out there, get them done, and then I'll come back and advertise some live ones. There'll be at no cost to you. Be about 10 minutes, maybe 15, of going through a couple skill problems, and going through a word problem or two, and just generating some discussion out here. So the first question is: 1/3 of the class voted for pizza, 1/20th of the class voted for sushi, 1/5 of the class voted for burgers, the rest of the class voted for ice cream. What fraction of the class voted for ice cream? So again, anytime we're looking at these kinds of problems, what we're going to do is use our two-step method. Step one is identify the question, and then step two is state your path. So that is the two-step method we use every time: IDing the question and stating your path. And so the question asks us what fraction voted for ice cream. So when we hear that word fraction, the very first thing we're going to do is draw a fraction bar, and we want to know what fraction of the class. So down here is going to be the total class, and then up top is going to be ice cream, and we're going to do ice cream. Okay, so what fraction of the total class chose ice cream? Okay, and then now we're going to state our path with the information that we've been given. How do we get back to answering this question? The information they gave us was that 1/3 voted for pizza. So we're going to come right here and put 1/3, and that's pizza. I'm going to put a P right there for pizza. And then they said 1/20th voted for sushi. I'm going to put an S right there for sushi. Put a P right there. Erase that. And then they said 1/5 voted for burgers. So put the 1/5 right there. Put a B there for burgers. And then the rest voted for ice cream. So we know that 1/3 voted for pizza. We know that 1/20th voted for sushi, and we know that 1/5 voted for burgers. Okay, so we want to know what fraction voted for ice cream, and that's what we need to find out. Okay, so the first step we're going to do is just add up all these three fractions. That's again stating your path with the information that we've been given. How do we get back to this answer? Okay, so we're going to add 1/3, 1/20th, and 1/5. Now we know that when you're adding fractions, you need to find the lowest common denominator, and the lowest common denominator of all these three fractions is 20. Okay. 5 goes into 20 4 times. 4 times 1 is 4. 20 goes into 20 1 time. 1 times 1 is 1. And oops, sorry, that would be the LCD will actually be 60. Excuse me. I have lessons elsewhere that cover how to get the lowest common denominator, but I'm just going this route just to make it quicker. 5 goes into 60 12 times. 12 times 1 is 12. 20 goes into 60 3 times. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 goes into 60 20 times. 20 times 1 is 20. So you get 20 plus 3 is 23 plus 12 is 35 all over 60. Okay, so that number there represents the fraction that chose those other things, 35 over 60. I'm going to try to darken this up some. Okay, so now the next thing to figure out is what fraction chose ice cream. So if the whole class is made up of all these fractions and these three fractions equal 35/60th, okay, so the whole class would be 60 out of 60. Okay, so then we have to figure out what number plus 35 equals 60. Well, that's going to be 25/60th, or the ice cream portion. Okay, so then we take that 25/60th and then we reduce it by taking a 5 out. And so we get our answer: 5/12 of the class chose ice cream. Okay, so step one, you ID the question and say, well, exactly what are we looking for here? Well, we want to know what fraction of the class chose ice cream. In the problem, they gave us pizza, they gave us sushi, they gave us burgers, but they did not give us ice cream. So what it's on us to do is to add up all of these fractions, and we get 35/60th. Then that tells us the portion that chose these other three things. And so because there was only one other option, the ice cream option, we could just find out, well, if 35 out of 60 chose this, and we know that 60 over 60 equals 1, or the whole class, we can just use reasoning to figure out, well, 35 plus 25 equals 60, and so you get 25/60th. There's another way to do that. You could have just simply subtracted 1 minus the whole class, 35/60th, the pizza, sushi, burgers, fraction of the class, and worked it out that way. But this is just a quicker, more intuitive way to do it. So again, the answer would be 5/12, or number 4 in this case. But ID the question, decide what it is at the very onset, what it is that you're looking for, and then number 2, state your path. Again, this is Damon Tenen with www.mygedlive.com, broadcasting live here on Ustream. Again, I want to remind you that we're going to be doing a few of these live questions a week, and just giving you a chance to ask questions. See you soon.